It's a pretty popular VPN, but is Surfshark still worth it in 2025? After using it pretty much every day for a year, I've got a full picture of what it does well, where it needs some work, and how it actually holds up in the real world use. From streaming and gaming to remote work, and some seriously sketchy public Wi-Fi. Surfshark and I have been through it. And if you're here for the honest Surfshark review, that includes the stuff that most people don't talk about. Stick around because I'll cover everything, starting with features, Surfshark's pros and cons, and if it deserves to make the list of the best VPNs in 2025. Oh, and if you end up deciding to try Surfshark, there's a link below that'll get you 60% off and an extra 3 months for free. Or you could scan the QR code that's on the screen. Okay, so I've tested Surfshark VPN across different devices. I use it on my PC as a browser extension and on my phone and my work laptop. So one important factor for VPN is speed. And during the time I've been using Surfshark, I've done lots of speed tests. One nearby servers, I barely noticed any drop in speed. And I estimate that I lost around 4 to 5% of my original speed, which honestly feels like nothing. Even when I connected across continent during peak hours, the speed only dropped by 17 to 21%. That's still fast enough for 4K streaming and large file downloads. I've streamed Netflix, Disney+, YouTube, and even regional sports content all in 4K. And I didn't have any buffering issues. Even online gaming was pretty smooth, and if one server got congested, switching to another nearby one usually fixed it. Speaking of streaming, if you're looking for a VPN for streaming, then Surfshark VPN is a pretty strong contender. I've unlocked Netflix libraries in the US, UK, Japan, and a few other platforms like Hulu, BBC iPlayer, and Amazon Prime Video all worked well too. And with this Smart DNS feature, I was able to stream on devices that don't support VPN apps, like my older smart TV. Occasionally, Netflix did show a proxy error, but quick server swap always resolved it. So, when it comes to everyday streaming, Surfshark VPN is very reliable. Now let's talk about privacy and security. Surfshark VPN has a solid protection feature like AES 256-bit encryption, a strict no-log policy, and a customizable kill switch. That last one is worth talking about a bit more. You can customize the kill switch so that it only cuts your internet if the VPN drops, or go with a strict setting that blocks all the traffic unless the VPN is connected. It's great for security, but if you misconfigure it, it could be a little too aggressive and block more than you intended. Surfshark VPN also has CleanWeb, which blocks ads, trackers, and malicious sites. The rotating IP feature is another Surfshark feature to be aware of. It shifts your IP address regularly to make tracking harder. For extra privacy, you could use the MultiHop feature, which routes the traffic through 2 different countries. In terms of flexibility, Surfshark VPN has one of the most accessible multi-platform setups I've used. You can run it on pretty much any device, like laptops, phones, tablets, and directly in your browser without any device limit. I've been using it on my own device and also have all of my family gadgets connected without any issue. Since many other VPNs have device limits, Surfshark is a good option for families, roommates, or anyone who has a bunch of devices. And when it comes to the UI, Surfshark VPN is intuitive and beginner-friendly, and you won't need any advanced tech knowledge to set it up. Even advanced features like split tunneling, which lets you choose which apps use the VPN, are easy to enable. But some features are a bit limited on Mac and iOS compared to the Windows and Android. Still, for the average user, it will do the job. Now that we have the general idea of what this VPN can do, let's go over the Surfshark pros and cons, so that you'll have better idea of whether Surfshark is worth it for you or not. On the plus side, it's still one of the most affordable premium VPNs out there, especially if you commit to a longer plan. There's a bit of a price bump recently, but it's still cheaper than lots of the big names like Nord or Express, and you get a lot for the price. Speed retention is solid, the app is easy to use, streaming access is also really good, and bonus feature like CleanWeb, rotating IP, and no borders mode actually make a difference in everyday use. Their server network is massive too, with over 3,200 servers across 100 countries. But Surfshark is not a perfect VPN, since I did happen a few times that I was dropped from certain servers, especially during peak hours. The kill switch, as I mentioned before, can be overprotective, so you need to be careful with your settings. Split tunneling is limited on some platforms, and the WireGuard protocol, while fast, can drain your battery quickly, especially if you're using it with your phone or tablet. Now, for me personally, the cons aren't a deal breaker. So for the last year, Surfshark has been my go-to VPN for travel and remote work. I don't have to worry about hotel Wi-Fi or public Wi-Fi this way. Gaming lag was minimal, and I never ran into DDoS problems. Now, issues with work calls either, and compared to the VPNs I've tried, like ExpressVPN or NordVPN, the price is just better. I actually just renewed my subscription a couple of weeks ago and went to their 24-month starter plan because it only cost $1.99 a month. And you can make this plan even cheaper and get 60% off and 3 months free Surfshark VPN if you scan the QR code or use the link in the description below. It's the lowest deal for Surfshark that I've seen so far.